Grace. What do you got? What comes to your mind?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness?
I feel like for me, this is probably not the. It's probably better for somebody else to put the words up on the word bank because I think of ways of how I'm trying to give grace. So I think of like opposites of grace.
Okay, but look, you're only looking at grace as a believer right now, huh? Which is fine. But what do you know of grace? Like, let's take that to the survey board.
I mean, love, I guess.
Okay.
I honestly think of ballet.
Ballet. That's good. Who else?
Yeah. I don't really think of anything else besides that.
Nothing else. What's Google say? A simple elegance or refinement of movement. Courteous goodwill. In the Christian belief, the free and unmerited favor of God as manifested in the salvation of sinners and the bestowal of blessings. A period officially allowed for payment of a sum due or for compliance with a law or condition, especially an extended period granted as a special favor. We didn't think of this one. A short prayer of thanks said before or after a meal.
I'm surprised we didn't think of that.
And then used as forms of description or address for a duke, duchess, or archbishop. Okay, so not to say that all of those aren't relative, but this one is definitely a natural. Shouldn't even suggest natural, but something that I've heard a lot. Say, grace. So, right now, what do we know? What do we got? What direction do we want to go with this? We're gonna stay connected within faith.
Yes.
Okay. So to me,
Like giving grace to someone
we're gonna bring this down, right? And go,
or having grace for people.
God. Excuse me for hitting that D. What do you got? How do you want to branch off of it?
I mean, when I think of grace, I think of things of which might sound a little crazy to some, but I think of things of like arguments or like things that you would need grace for.
This is literally right out of Google. It's like dictionary. That's all I did, just look up definition of grace. Free and unmerited favor of God. Okay? I listened to you, Danielle. We'll circle back around. As manifested in the salvation of sinners. Excuse me for being a slow writer. I'd rather be legible and thorough. And the bestowal What do you got on that? I know it took me forever to write that, but now that it's out there for you to read, rather than just on this iPad that I have over here with Google up.
I think it's interesting that the definition brings up faith in God.
And you gotta understand, this is. This is not something that everyone has to accept as the definition. Right?
Right.
You don't have to accept this form of definition. So go ahead. You think it's interesting?
Now, I might sound a little bit kindergarten right here, but manifested, salvation, bestowal, like those are really big words in the definition. So I feel like from interpretation that manifested in the salvation of sinners kind of goes with what I was saying about, maybe you're in a bad situation or like you sin and you need grace. I don't know if that's two completely different things, like what I was saying and what this is, but.
No, babe, you're doing great. Yeah. Speak your kindergarten mind as you will.
Bear with me here.
You're fine. You're not kindergarten.
I,
You're just reading this in like.
And unmerited, like what is that? Here's another one.
We're gonna look up every word. Can we start here?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to start here. We're gonna put free.
I'll look it up so you can write.
Okay, free. No money. Okay, now next word, unmerited. Unmerited. What's the definition? What would you look up?
Definition of free.
Oh my goodness. We know what free is, babe.
You know what's sad though? I wasn't even thinking money. I was thinking like, okay, we are free. Like, money didn't even cross my mind, so that's why
That's fine.
Okay, sorry, back on.
We're not talking about freedom
Okay.
necessarily.
Unmerited.
I mean, we are talking about freedom, but unmerited. What do you got?
Not deserving.
Not deserving?
Mm-hmm. Literally the only definition.
Undeserving or not deserving?
Either one.
Not
I'm just. It works. If we put that together,
Okay.
if it's free and not deserving favor of God,
Okay, so now we have. Go ahead. How are you
doesn't
gonna?
that contradict itself or no?
No. What is a favor now?
Approval,
A favor?
support, act of kindness.
Act of kindness by who?
God.
In form of kindness.
So if you do,
Alright?
yeah,
Alright? So, as manifested, so where are you at right now? Let's stop. Free, no money, unmerited, equals not deserving.
so you do, like maybe you do something and you're not deserving of something, but you're still gonna get an act of kindness from God, or God's always gonna give you grace.
Grace is free and unmerited favor of God as manifested in the salvation of sinners and the bestowal of blessings. So as we work our way through this equation, or problem, right? Not that it's a problem, we're just trying to understand and break down this word. We now have to get to manifest. What's manifest?
Clear or obvious to the eye or mind.
What are anything else? I believe manifest would be something that is
Show.
coming from outward in, kind of like a seed that grows. You know, it's growth.
Display, appearance. That's about what we got.
Just, okay. So I think that's,
Become apparent through appearance.
okay.
Or show is also another word.
Okay. So, let's go ahead. Due to the comma, let's pause in some sense. As shown. So, over here we're going to say a sinner, which I know I am. Not proud, but proud of my faith. Sinner. Okay. The salvation, what is salvation?
Deliverance from sin. Believed by Christians to be brought about by faith in Christ. Or deliverance from harm.
Am I spelling this right?
Yes.
Deliverance from what would you,
From sin by faith in Christ. That would be the summary.
So, you have a sinner. Now you have a man or a woman that has been delivered into salvation. To me, that's the biggest thing here. What is freedom? I believe freedom to be the lack of bondage.
Yeah, the right to think what you want.
I just think it's lack of bondage. What do you got? Look it up. I'm going to say lack of bondage. You say the right to think what you want.
Yeah, when I looked up freedom came up, so it was lack, or, what I just said, let me pull it up again. The power to act, speak, or think without restraint.
I think we're both wording it the same.
Yeah.
Same thing, just different. Ability to act without restraint.
Yeah.
Okay. Grace. Free and unmerited favor of God, as manifested in the salvation of sinners and the bestowal of blessings. What do you got here? Bestowal.
Something acquired without compensation. A gift.
And I believe that would be what a blessing is, right?
Yeah.
They kind of just go hand in hand.
That's the easy part to understand.
So, we're going to go blessing here. How is that defined? To me, I'm looking at that as a gift from God.
God's protection, grace. Yeah. I like how you worded it.
Why a gift? What's a gift?
A thing given to someone without payment, a present.
It's a lot. It's a lot for someone that doesn't want or isn't feeling ready to entertain this knock. Whether it's God knocking at their door or the world around us and what we're seeing, how you want to articulate it. I'm not here to, convince, like I said before, or sway anybody to believe. I think it's baffling. This shirt, what a representation. Why am I not allowed to wear this in certain places in the world? That to me is where you look at this and you see over here
separation of God from God.
eh?
Yes, double A on that one, I believe. Might be an E, but this is an English class.
You've got a lot of leaders over the lifetime of what we know to be existence that have shown us power and control as their number one agenda. Not every leader is trying to hold power and control people. I don't think that's not correct. But I'm suggesting here within this shirt being a representation of why would I not be allowed to believe in something else? Now that's control. It's difficult. Thankfully, I've allowed so much to come into my mind, and I've seeked out so much, visual representation of truth. As a parent, you don't want your kid to be taught something totally different than what you've raised them to believe. Especially when you believe what you believe in to be right. There's some really, really powerful movies. The movie Crash. It's a really good movie on life and just stringing the web together. The God's Not Dead stuff, or not stuff, movie, and then how that web was, I don't know how else you would say, just presented to whoever wanted to view it and watch it. I think a great movie. I don't believe God's dead at all. Not by any means. It's hard to give something you don't have. That's been my motto. Something that I've learned to accept. It's hard to do what you're unable to. I can only lift so much weight. Especially if I haven't trained my body to do more. I can't say I can't build my body to lift more weight. But right now I can only do so much.
So would you say that the opposite of grace is grudge? Because I know that in terms of giving grace if that's something difficult to do? Are you holding a grudge? And why is it so tough to give grace or to have grace for others?
Grace versus grudge. I mean, what do you got right there? You got grace having love, gift, God. I mean, grudge. What's grudge? I think anger,
Ill will.
resentment.
Mhm. Ill will, resentment, living in the past,
That's what it says, living in the past.
resulting from a feeling of ill will resulting from the past.
I like that that's part of it. Because obviously it is. But I'm so excited that that's part of the way they talked about that. To me, gift. You know, you've heard this one, I'm sure. What is present?
Now,
Now, I feel like we all get caught up in what's going to happen, possibly, what we want to happen. We get held back, and I'm included in this. Held back by yesterday, and then T-O-M-M, no, T-O-M-O-R-R-O-W.
yes.
Held back by yesterday, wrapped up into tomorrow. Or just wrapped up in. Meanwhile, what just passes us by?
The present.
So, you've got this issue of grace versus grudge. That's the fish. That's the example of the fish. Alright? The fisherman. Gosh dang it.
obviously done a lot of writing.
Yeah, done plenty of it for sure. And what do I mean by the fish? To me, you get fish out of the wild. You get fish out of the ocean. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Bunch of us. You bite the bait. Right? Like, with this. And you got all these other fish in the sea. Just like you and me. To me, we don't know who this fisherman is at this point. For me, I'm one of these guys. I was one of these guys. A little frowny on my face. Oh, boo me. Boo me. Life was tough when I found and felt like I'm going to give this a try. Life was tough for me. Some people, they're smiling. To me, you know, I bought in, I bite. That's the first step. For me, like my process was biting. I shouldn't even say it was the first step. First step, you can't bite something that you don't see.